All right, welcome to Teach Toolbox, which is our professional growth platform or professional tracking platform where we look at tracking PD and proficiency for teachers. This homepage here just sort of is a little bit about the platform, but we're going to log in and have a demo of the platform here. So if we like night mode or day mode, we can select that here. We're going to jump into our page. And we're going to log in as our demo account, which is Caitlin Holmes. So we log in here, Caitlin Holmes. Okay, and I'm just going to put her password in. Okay, so when you log in, we come directly to the home page. The home page here has some quick actions. So we've got plus evidence here, which is where teachers log their evidence of the AITSL standard. So we might have taught a unit. We're going to go in here and log evidence of that unit, write our log out, and probably attach evidence to it. Certificate here, this is where we have a qualification with an expiry date. So we're looking at first aid, TRB certificates, etc. Edit portfolio, so the moment you sign up with us, you get a portfolio. The portfolio is automatically set to private until you decide to make it public. Our last one here is our help page. Okay, so ask for help. Now, I'm going to click on that first just because, and we'll come back to this in a minute. So if you click on the help page, this comes down to the bottom here, which is also our support tab. This is our dashboard. So we've got support requests. So if you're having trouble with something, you can come here. Frequently asked questions is in this next section. And you're looking here, create a log. This is a video giving us just a run through on how to do a log. Let's go back to the home screen. Okay, career stage. This is where we're logging evidence for. So if we're a graduate, a pre-service teacher, we might be just hitting the graduate standards. Proficient, we're looking at hitting the proficient standards in the AITSL document. Now, certificate expiry alert, as we log certificates, we're going to add expiry dates, and this section here will allow us to know whether that is expiring in the next 90 days. These next three graphs here, they're all showing us our professional development hours. So we're meant to do 20 hours a year as teachers. This year, Caitlin here has only done 6. In the last 3 years, she's only done 17. And in the last 5 years, she's only done 17. So she's got a fair bit of work to do. Our next charts here show the standards she's hitting. So you can see here she hasn't logged 2, 5, or 6 yet. If we come out to this dot here, she's logged 3 at proficient, 4 at proficient, 7 at proficient, and 1 at highly accomplished. When she logs 1 at lead, it will give another circle, a ring outside, and that will go up to lead then. Our next section here, this chart goes more in depth into those individual standards, so we can see that graph and maybe analyze some that we're looking at chasing. This next section here, the heat map, this is really handy for teachers doing proficiency. So I'm going to go down to proficient. When you're looking at supplying the evidence to the panel to show that you've hit proficient standards, this form here provides a PDF. The PDF shows the standards we've hit to proficient, and if someone wants to go in and look at them, they can go click on this, and it will take us to that log that's been written here. Okay, now this log looks a little bit lax, it's a bit small, but we'll go back. This is just the demo account. Our next document here is our professional development export. So the TRB asks for a log of your PD hours when you go for proficiency or every 5 years to extend your registration. Now this here, if our account is set up correctly, all these fields at the top will be set in. Okay, and this here is the professional developments we're looking at. So provide first aid refresher and some other basic ones here. I'm going to come back here. So that's our home page here. At the bottom, this is incoming logs and outgoing logs. I'll get to them later. They're in a different screen. So we could either add evidence or a certificate. I'm going to do it in my logs. So you can do it in the home page or you can do it here. Let's go new evidence. So this is our AITSL evidence. So I'm going to do an evidence here. Now, I can set this up myself. So this first field here, fill from template, that's just if there's a template that matches. So your school might set up a template for a PL that everyone at school is doing. Organisation, this is where we can click some organisations. These are organisations that have done PLs on this platform already. So if you don't have an organisation there, just leave it blank. Title, we're going to title this. Now, I'm going to actually pick from a template because it just makes it easier rather than filling it out in front of you in this video for the template demo. So we're going to use this one, using data to inform teaching practice. So this is a fake log. Okay, so we've gone from this. So the title here is using data to inform teaching practice, mid-year data review. So the summary here, this section here goes straight to our PD log. Now, the TRB wants to see effective reflection of the professional learning. So we need something here that shows that we have enjoyed the PL or it's had some effect on our teaching here. So we would put something in there. So participate in whole school professional learning session focused on analysing mid-year assessment data to identify trends, inform planning and target student learning needs. I found this beneficial, blah, 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 blah. The data was beneficial for identifying at-need students, and I'm going to include this in my planning. Also, a sentence or two here. Dates, so this is the date the PL was run. If this is not the correct date, the template gets set up wrong, you can change this to the date you did this PL. Duration. Now, we only select a duration if this was a professional learning activity. So if this is just an AITSL log, okay, we're just showing that we've hit a skill in our teaching practice, we don't put a duration. If we were sat in a session for 45 minutes, we are going to claim a duration. And we were for this one. Let's pretend it was 45 minutes run in school. Description. So I've made up this description here. This is the session details. So I've made, this is a fake school. So what the session details. So what this talks about, why was this professional learning important to us or our students? Now what we need to put a reflection for what we're going to include in the teaching practice. I now will look at this data when I start units to see at-risk kids. Now this template here has these standards already clicked. So, but if we were logging our own, we would have to find the standards that match here. So we've got 3.6. This has been logged at proficient. So we've evaluate personal teaching and learning programs using evidence. Okay, so we've hit that standard there. So this is really good. Okay, then next, evidence. So we might choose to upload some slides or something from our professional learning. We want to keep the file small, but we want the evidence there. And I'm going to click publish here. I don't necessarily need that. And we're looking at that data has been added here. Now, we could go new compliance certificate here, or I can do it in this other screen. So I could have done it from my home screen, new compliance certificate. Again, I'm going to fill from template just so you don't have to watch me fill one out. Okay, we've got first aid course and we've got first aid pro ran that course. Here, the dates are already in their description, so we still need we still want the reflections here. Okay, and then certificate at the end, you might choose to upload a certificate. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to go dummy certificate. I upload my dummy certificate and I publish that as well. So they're the two different types of log we do. Now, first aid course usually isn't 0 minutes. Or maybe I'll show you here. So if I come back to my PD log, it has added the data-informed practice. It has not added the first aid because it didn't have any time to it. Now, if I go back to the log here and I edit this, okay, I'm going to add a duration because these usually go for about 4 hours. Well, let's go 6 hours. Next, publish. Okay, now if I go back to my homepage, you'll notice my hours have gone up here by 6 hours. And we've got here, first aid course has been logged. All right, so that's most of the homepage and the logs done. Let's go edit portfolio, or I could click my portfolio. They both take us to the same location. So this here, my portfolio. Well, my computer is having a minute. Okay, let me just refresh for a sec. Okay, my portfolio, we come down here. Now, when you first start, it will be set to private here. That means no one can see this. If you share a log, the log does not show up. It does, even though the link allows you to share, it won't pop up. It is only when we go public and we deem our thing as public. I'm going to save that. Okay. This is my portfolio here. So this is not actually mine. It's a fake account. But we can open this here, and this is what we could share online. If we wanted to show people our evidence and whatnot, we would share this portfolio by sharing this link at the top. Now, my requests, when a school signs up, we allow them to collaborate with logs. So sometimes a group will do it together. Okay, if we have other teachers in the school, I don't think we have any teachers in the school, we could send this log. Oh, we've got admin user. I can send this log to admin user. And that teacher can then get the log. And rather than having to write out all the details, they just put their reflection in there themselves. Now, if we wanted to share a log with someone outside of our school, we might go gift log. I don't want them to get my attachments. I get a copy link, and I'm gonna do this up here. Let's go new window. I type this in, and this allows me to import this log. You can get a preview of it, and I could click to import this. Now, we already have this, so we're not going to import it. So far we've done all these bits here, and now we're at analytics. Now, analytics, these are all on the home screen, so nothing new there. It's just the analytics page. And if we get more requirements, we're going to add more to it. School management, this is where this platform can be used really well for schools in particular that want to support their teachers. So overview here is just where we put our school details in. So at the moment, we've got 2 teachers. They've done 76 hours of PD. Okay, teachers here. This lists the teachers in our school. Our teams, okay, we can add a team here. So let's go mathematics department or faculty. Okay, and we might have different teams, and as schools get bigger, we wanted to have the provision that you can share to different teams here, and you can add people to a team. So let's say this one here, we want to add them to the maths faculty. We just go into their user, and we've added them to that. Okay, that one, I'm not sure why they're not working. Okay, analytics, this is something we're pretty proud of. So this allows you to, as a school manager, to look at the people in your school and see the professional learning they've done. So I can see their standards here, and we might decide to support a user here. So looking at this, I might go, oh my gosh, we really don't hit 2 very much. Let's run a professional development on standard 2. Or something along those lines. Now, our next screen down here is our professional development hours. So when teachers come up to being audited, I don't know about you, but I've definitely seen teachers stress about this. They get they're so caught up in the work of actually teaching that they haven't been supported in developing their logs, and it's a responsibility that, being not urgent all the time when we do it, that can get left behind. So this allows us to see where are teachers with their professional development, and we're looking at this admin user. That admin user is above their hours there, but if I go to 5 years, the admin user hasn't done enough for their. So if we go to a TRB, if we need to do, the TRB asks for their professional learning, they've not achieved that, and so we'd have to try and find that quickly. Logs here, so this is where you can see all the logs in your school here, and we can see here that our admin user has some draft ones. These are ones that aren't published, so they don't appear on their account, but they've decided that those logs are ready to use. Templates. Okay, so templates here, you notice before we filled from a template, that was created in this screen here. So if as a school you're about to run a professional learning and you might run it on something relevant to your school, you can go in here, new evidence template or a new certificate. New certificate might be, hey, we're running first aid. We want to do it from that. Ideally, better to use the official template. It's already there, but you might go in here, new template, new evidence template, and you're going to add your details in here just like a log. Okay, and you might decide to leave sections blank or fill them in. So this reflection, I always leave this blank because it means the teachers themselves have to come up with that reflection. Okay, next bit here is the request. So again, we've seen this before. This is what they're sending to and from. Now, my account here, I'm going to go to this. This is where the individual teacher can put in all their details. So if you type or if you fill this out properly, it does not appear on your account. Okay, it doesn't appear anywhere that anyone can see it. It is only when you export your TRB professional development log that it comes out, and that allows us to have the correct details there, so you don't have to edit it or change anything there. All right, that's the end of our tour. I hope you enjoyed it. But reach out if there's any other features you want. We're also we are a small locally owned company and we've got 2 software developers that work for multi-million-dollar companies. So if you're thinking this could be right for your school, but you want different features in here, we're very flexible with opening them up, running them, depending on what your needs are as a school. Thank you.